Hi, I'm Patty Hamaguchi, and I developed this app, Talk About It Objects. Today I'm going to show you how to use this app. One thing you should know is that an adult should accompany and support the child when playing this app if the expressive component, which includes a recording and scoring function, is used. While the app is colorful and fun, there is a therapeutic purpose to its design, as it was developed to be a teaching tool rather than just a game. This is the home page. At the bottom of the page we have our Users tab, Settings, Information, and More Apps. This is the Pro version, so you can have up to 30 users' data stored. The Home version is for a single user only. Other than that, the two editions are identical. Let's touch play. I will walk you through the activities.
Press play to begin.
The spinner contains 50 target objects or places. The default setting is random. You can go into the settings and custom select which objects to target if you would like. I chose a horse. At the top, you will see that we have our guest box score. Think of the guest box activities as the receptive component to this app. I have already chosen Sarah in the Users section. The program will keep track of her responses and score.
Which sentence below tells us the most specific and important information about a horse?
Your child can choose to read the choices or touch here, anywhere in this box. Let's take a look at these choices. Number 1, a horse is a big animal. This is correct, but it's not the most specific choice that we have to choose from. Number 2, a horse is something that you can see outside and it's big. It's also true, but let's look at the other choices. Number 3, a horse is a large mammal that usually lives on a farm or ranch. That tells us a lot of information. That's important information, the category and where we can find the horse. Number 4, a horse is an animal with a tail. Again, it's true, but not the most specific or important detail. When we're ready to choose the important fact, we touch the box here and we see if it's correct or not correct. If the answer is not correct, there's no noise at all. When it's correct, the words move directly into the Talk About It box. We do this so that the child has a visual way of keeping these facts handy in their mind so that when we're ready for the expressive activity, the information can be better retrieved. You can review them by touching Show. This is a great way to work on strengthening working memory and also word retrieval. The default setting is for 3 details about the object, so each time I select a sentence, a new set of choices appears until all 3 details have been identified. If 5 details or 7 details are selected in the settings, we would continue to have new sets of sentences until all of the details have been identified. Let's go ahead and find the rest of our choices. You can ride it, a saddle, horseshoe, and hay go with the horse. Now we have all 3 of our details.
Now tell me everything you can about a horse.
The Talk About It box and activity is the expressive language component to this app. So now I want the child to review the details. We can touch here to show and hide the information. The child should try to recall as many facts as possible. If the child gets stuck, we have clues down here to help.
Where can you find it? What category is it? Think about what you would do with it.
When you're ready to record, the curtain will close automatically if you happen to have it open. You touch Start and wait for the stop sign before speaking. Let's try it. A horse is a mammal and lives on a farm. You can ride it. When it's time for me to score the narrative, we can play back our recording to remember what was said. The scoring here is probably the trickiest part of the activity, and the main reason I mentioned previously about having an adult available to assist. In many cases, a child may recall elements of one of the details listed, the way that I did just now, but not all of it. You will need to decide how you want to score that production. Likewise, you may want to target syntax, fluency, or even articulation as part of the speech goal and scoring. It's entirely up to you. So I will give myself credit for including the information about a horse being a mammal and that you can ride it. We can listen to it here. A horse is a mammal and lives on a farm. You can ride it. To check. Let's move on.
Score 25 points and you win a panda.
I set the app to play the reward game after each activity so I could demonstrate it for you, but the default is after 3 target words, or you can select to play it after 5 objects. It's entirely up to you. Here's our knock 'em down game. You can knock down cans, bottles, or glasses. Let me show you.
Wow! Touch here to play again.
I can play again or I can go back to the game. When I score 25 points, I win a panda, but I'm going to go back to the activity.
Press play to begin.
When I'm finished playing, I touch here to end the session. These are my results. I can save them, email them, or print them out. If more than one child participated, you can also keep track of their responses. But when more than one child participates, be aware that each child needs to complete an entire guest box series or recording activity before another player can take a turn. So sometimes with groups, it's easier to skip the guest boxes and just play the recording activity only. And that's everything you need to know about Talk About It objects. We hope you enjoy the app.